Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you a few tips and tricks for getting off to a great start in your Civ games using the Inca leader, Pachacuti. So as for the world settings, you can really put any map type you want. I'm just going to put continents because I think it's the most common. But what we're going to make sure that we do is set our world age to new. And now what this is going to do, like you can see here, it says it's going to add more hills, mountains, and volcanoes to our game, which plays directly into Pachuti's strengths. Playing this type of game will be really helpful if you've been trying to push for higher difficulties but been having some trouble with getting obliterated in the early game. So why did we choose Pachacuti? Well, looking at his bonuses, we can see these terrace farms right here, and these can be extremely powerful if played right. So the reason these terrace farms are so good is because they're going to give you bonus food if they're adjacent to mountain tiles, and bonus production if they're adjacent to rivers or aqueducts. So having a game where you start with surrounded by mountains is going to be extremely good for the early game, and you'll have cities with tons of food and production, which I'm hoping to demonstrate here. So what we're looking for here is start surrounded by as many mountains and hills as possible. So if we don't find that, we're going to re-roll as many times as we need just to get that. So this is not bad, but I think we could do better. So we're just going to go ahead, just give it a quick little re-roll, and hopefully get a better start next time. And this start looks pretty good actually. So I guess we can play this one through and we'll kind of see what's going on. Yeah, I think I like this. Talking about these terrace farms, they can only be placed on hill tiles, so that's kind of why we went with this new world age. But when they're placed on hills, if they're adjacent to mountains, they'll get +1 food, and if it's adjacent to fresh water or an aqueduct, it's going to get plus production, making them super powerful. So what we're going to want to do first is go for all the early things that you normally would, so you get your early scout. But after you get your first scout out, something that you're going to want to rush is an early greedy builder. And now what this is going to do is going to allow you to get your terrace farms up nice and early in the game. Alright, so if we look here, we're about to plop down our first terrace farm. And it's in a pretty good spot because we've got 2 mountains next to it and a river. So we're going to put it down, get the bonus, and then if we look at this tile, now has 5 food and 2 production, which is a super insanely powerful tile to start out in the early game. That's going to allow our city to grow really fast and also to produce stuff super quick. Another reason why this is such a powerful starting civ to do and starting game to play is being surrounded by all these mountain tiles means that we're going to have an insanely good campus district. So if we look here, this campus that we plop down here is going to be a +5. So not only do we have tons of food and production from our terrace farms, but we're also going to have tons of science from all these great campus spots that we're going to have in this game. Look at this, another great spot for a campus right here. A +4 campus on a desert tile. So we just got into an early war with Japan, but since our cities, like our capital, have such high production, even though it's only turned 50, we're able to produce a huge military in such a short period of time and start whittling down his forces. And you can also see that now we are eclipsing the AI in science already, even though it's just turned 51. So now that I've unlocked aqueducts and built them in my cities, you can see the added bonus that the terrace farms have for production. So if we look at some of these tiles, this one we got 6 food, 3 production, here we got 3-3, a 3-3 over here, here is 9 food and 3 production. So really this start can, if used properly, can be an amazing start, and it really just depends on getting a start that has tons of mountains around it. So the more mountains you have, the better. So having a good start like this one with tons of food, production, and science will help you snowball into the all-powerful civ I know you all have the potential to be.